This car's test track in Norfolk has joined the set of Coronation Street in being mapped on the internet. The test track at Hethel near Wyndham is built on a wartime airfield. The internet firm Google caused controversy when it published street-level images of towns.
Well, now ITV Fixers, our new campaign that helps young people do something that matters to them and benefits others.
Yes, for the past couple of nights, we've shown examples of those already making a difference by fixing something in their community.
Tonight, we meet a young woman in Bury St Edmunds who wants girls to dance their way to fitness rather than using faddy diets.
Oh, yes, and watch out for a particularly familiar face.
My name's Sophie Brooks, I'm 17 years old, I'm from Bury St Edmunds. My ITV Fixers project is setting up a dance group for teenagers. It's a way to sort of, one, boost their confidence and two, help them to lose weight without getting in trouble with diets or starving themselves or anything like that. It's always been a big part of my life and sort of worrying about my weight and how I look. I've sort of really tried desperately to find many different ways as to how to deal with it, and I really think this is probably the best way to go about it because I'm working with other people, we're all doing it in together. I've been giving out leaflets made by ITV Fixers. I've done radio interviews, I've been in the newspaper, and obviously ITV Fixers are going to help me out by putting it on TV.
Ready and...
Today we had our first proper dance session.
Look, pulse, in, down,
Well, ITV Fixers call up Francesca. She'll be the dance teacher from now on.
and wiggle 1, 2, 3, 4.
I was quite surprised to have Becky Jago turn up.
Did you ever have problems with, like, weight consciousness?
Do you know what? I think, if I'm being honest, most, if not all, teenagers and women think about the way they look. I'm trying to think back, it's so long ago now when I was your age. We didn't wear makeup to school. Weight wasn't necessarily an issue unless you were either very large or very small. I think now your generation have a lot more to cope with.
There's some people at our school, they're really skinny and you can tell they are, and then you look at yourself and you've got a big lump of fat and you're just like, I really want to lose it.
My friends will tell me they're fat when my friends are like way skinnier than me, and I'm like, well, what about me then?
If a young girl isn't eating properly and not getting the right nutrition, she will start to get problems. She might get depressed because she's not getting the right nutrients. She would get fatigued. She may have hormone problems. I'm very worried about this generation. As a nutritionist, we are told that this generation of children may die before their parents. Getting up and moving and exercising makes a massive difference to health.
Doing something like this, they'll gain muscle tone, reduce any fat cells in their body, but in a healthy way.
This type of clubs and like dance clubs are a good way to like support girls that are really conscious about the way they are. It's something good to do because you're helping yourself while having fun.
I think the session went really, really well. It really does sort of boost my confidence knowing that I can finally help people.
Getting into it, weren't you? Yes, ITV Fixers, Sophie Brooks and her campaign for dancing rather than dieting there.
Sophie was inspirational, actually. I think she's got a very bright future ahead of her. And Frankie, the teacher in there with a nice pink dress, she was very talented. Not only was she the dance teacher, she can act, and she was singing in that song that you heard. There's a lovely girl.
And was it your intention to sort of go the opposite way that other people were going?
Get it all out of your system now. Come on. Anything else?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
I'll teach you the routine later. And if you want to find out more about that campaign or becoming an ITV Fixer, here are the details. For further information, visit itvfixers.com or call 01223 6555515. That's a non-premium rate call, and your network operator rates will apply from a BT landline. Calls from other networks may be higher, and from mobiles will be considerably more.
Please ask permission, though, from the person who pays the bill before phoning. Now, the lines close on the 31st of December 2010, that is. It's in a whole year's time at 5 p.m. Calls made after the closing time will not be answered, but may still be charged, though.
Now, tomorrow we'll be looking back at the inspiring stories of the ITV fixers we've seen this week.
Fine, if you don't believe that big cats exist, then we might just have proof for you tonight.
Well, actually, we're not talking about those mysterious creatures of the night that worry farmers and excite amateur photographers. No, this cat has been wreaking havoc, though, at an RSPCA centre in Cambridgeshire.
Yes, Higgins is one of the biggest domestic cats you'll ever see, we assure you. Stuart Leith has been to meet him.
He's the giant cat that's been terrorising staff here at the RSPCA rehoming centre at Wimblington in Cambridgeshire. OK, Higgins the cat is not that big, but staff here have certainly had to keep an eye on their packed lunches since he arrived at the centre weighing in at 11 kilos.
He went out in summer 2007 and he came back to us in March this year just because the people couldn't really handle him anymore. He was eating anything which wasn't nailed down, Higgins will eat.
Higgins has lost 3 kilos, that's about half a stone, since he arrived at the centre. He gets most of his exercise chasing low-fat treats thrown for him in the cattery. Before he lost the weight, Higgins reached 11 kilos, which is equal to a muntjac deer. A 3.5-foot salmon also weighs somewhere in that region, as does the Queen's favourite, a Welsh corgi.
At his heaviest, Higgins weighed more than 2 cats put together, and I can assure you he is an extremely hefty lump.
He would benefit to go out into a home, but we need somebody who is really disciplined. Well, anything, food, sandwiches, the Christmas turkey, don't leave it out. He will really have it.
Higgins then needs a new owner who can keep him on a strict diet so that he doesn't become the latest big cat spotted roaming the fens. Stuart Leith's Anglia News, Wimblington.
Oh, it makes my cat Missy look small.
He's one big pussy, right. Now the details of this evening's news at 6:30. Here's Alistair Stewart.
A father's anger.
First, weather. Rachel's here. What sort of day's it been?
It's been a miserable day.
It's been so grey and horrible, hasn't it? And although we do expect much less sunshine in December than the other months of the year, usually about an hour and a half of sunshine per day. With the last couple of days, we've had next to nothing in the way of bright spells. But hopefully that is all set to change into tomorrow. So the year so far, well, it hasn't been too bad in the way of sunshine. Up to the end of November, well, every month this year, apart from February and October, has actually been sunnier than usual. And at the moment, well, 2009 is the sunniest year in the region since 2003, with just over 1,600 hours of sunshine so far. And that's compared to an average year where we'd see just over about 1,500 hours of sunshine. So if we were unlucky, and we'd have to be very unlucky not to get any more sunshine in 2009, well, it still would be a very sunny year indeed. So tomorrow, well, it is looking sunny and bright thanks to a ridge of high pressure. But what's the rest of the weekend doing? Let's take a look.
N&P. Be on top of money.
And for this evening, that's it from all of us here.
Yes, I'll be back at 10:30 with the late news. Hope you can join me then. Keep me company. But for now, goodbye.
See you tomorrow night. Goodbye.